Yeah, first, one is not surprised that such a big, I would call it a scam, has surfaced. It came out in the Hindu business line, and I think they have, I think, from the point of view of the article itself, it points to a major tax evasion issue and how it was done, and it shows also that there was, from the state of Sikkim, the number of traders is absolutely unusually high. So as a result, one can only surmise that under the watch of the SKM government, there has been a certain amount of looseness in the way in which people were able to make money. And now some person might have tried it out and found that they can make some good money. And so then, obviously, once there is a gold rush, as we call it, this has happened. So it brings to light two things. The first is that, if you look back at history, in the 90s, we had this similar kind of a gold rush when excise duty evasion was rampant. So you had all the tobacco companies come in, and soon the government of India had to take steps in which the excise duty had to, overnight they had to bring in the excise law into the state. And that is the reason why we, at that time also, lost a lot of face. Sikkim lost a lot of face, and Sikkim was targeted as a state in which, all these kinds of frauds happen. Interestingly, during 2008, we were able to manage this particular income tax act, under which income tax reprieve, under which 26 AAA, I think, in the Income Tax Act, in which the people of those who have Sikkim subject, or those who have COI, those who have all the necessary documentation, are exempt from paying any income tax if the income arises within the state of Sikkim. Now, this particular case of MCX is clearly in violation of that particular norm, in which during our tenure of 25 years after 2008, we were able to actually spread the word around that don't misuse. Even if contractors were trying to do it, we were asking them not to do it, because this is not the way in which tax exemption can be taken. It's for a very simple reason that this was given, that is, so that we uphold 371F and others provisions of the Constitution of India. Now, it is surprising. I heard what the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Golay, said about this particular issue and how vigilance has suddenly been activated. So the question that arises at this point is, why, under the watch of the SKM government, that this has happened? Now, it didn't happen during our watch, but it has happened under your watch. That means there is a certain looseness or laxness in the way in which you're looking at or monitoring this whole exercise. And today, if you say, okay, the vigilance is looking at it, then I'm afraid, I would suggest rather that you immediately call this CBI and just find out who are these people. Because the innocent people of Sikkim, perhaps innocent or not so innocent, but the people of Sikkim who have been trapped in this particular case by a larger force, a financial force from outside, need to be identified. And I think this is something which we all are eagerly waiting for from the government. Vigilance Department does not have the capability to do this. In fact, I would rather go to the extent of saying you can actually transfer this case, if there is a case, to the finance ministry, government of India, in which they have a special unit to look at frauds and such like financial frauds of the nature of 45,000 crores. So that is my take on this. This is the take in which I think the Sikkim Democratic Front government, which condemns the way in this has been conducted and is putting at risk not only the entire state but also the image of the state, is now going downhill, and this is not something that we are very proud of.
Sir, yesterday Chief Minister said he directed to Vigilance Department to inquire in this matter. So, are you happy on this?
No, I don't think vigilance, like I said, vigilance is not the place, not an institution that can look into this. However, he is in charge, so he has to make a beginning somewhere. Perhaps this is a beginning, but this is a case which is much bigger than the Vigilance Department, and I don't think the Vigilance Department has the wherewithal, nor does it have the tools to inquire into this.
Sir, on your party's take on which department will inquire in this particular matter?
So I said if this matter, Enforcement Directorate is one, and the other is Enforcement Directorate one. If you want, you can bring in the Central Bureau of Investigation, or there is the other is, like I said, there is a special arm of the Union Finance Ministry which looks into these kinds of huge frauds. It's the fraud office.
Sir, any chances to re-implementation of income tax in Sikkim?
So, I hope that does not happen, because there are many people who will suffer. But this is definitely at risk, and I say this with all the conviction that I think we have, we've crossed a red line. A red flag has been crossed, and I think this Lakshman Rekha has been crossed. So we just need to try and see what this government will do in order to retrieve the situation. I think the whole onus is now on the Sikkim government, and they have failed in so many different ways. This is another big failure of this particular government.
Thank you.
ग्लास फिल्म्स एक तरह का स्टिकर है, ग्लासेस में लगते हैं. टफन ग्लास में कभी भी डिजाइन नहीं हो सकती है. तो टफन ग्लास में शावर क्यूबिकल हो, आपका विंडो पैन्स हो, आपका पार्टीशन हो, आपको ग्लास फिल्म ही लगानी पड़ती है. इनमें ये सब डिजाइन है. आपको अपना टफन ग्लास को फ्रॉस्टेड करना है, देन यू कैन गो फॉर द प्लेन ग्लास फिल्म्स. पर्सन बियॉन्ड दिस ग्लास इज नॉट एबल टू सी यू. ग्लास फिल्म में ट्रांसपेरेंट ग्लास फिल्म्स भी आती है, जिसमें डिजाइन हो जाएगा, आदमी का एक्सीडेंट नहीं हो. कलरफुल ग्लास फिल्म्स भी अवेलेबल है. इट्स वेरी इजी टू इंस्टॉल अ ग्लास फिल्म.
और जानकारी के लिए कॉल या व्हाट्सएप करिए 9434040400 पर.
जमीन आपका आशियाना, सुरक्षित भविष्य दायित्व हमारा. सिलीगुड़ी में जमीन लेने के लिए सोच रहे हैं तो श्री श्याम फार्म हाउस विला लाया है आपके लिए रेजिडेंशियल प्लॉट, प्रोजेक्ट बाउंड्री वॉल और ड्रेनेज सिस्टम के साथ, जिसका साइज है 3 से 6 कट्ठा तक. सुविधाएं मिलेंगी लैंडस्केप गार्डन, प्ले एरिया इत्यादि. फर्स्ट फेज की बुकिंग हो चुकी है, सेकंड फेज की बुकिंग है जारी. तो देर किस बात की, अभी संपर्क करें श्री श्याम फार्म हाउस विला नियर ड्रीमलैंड अम्यूजमेंट पार्क, फूलबाड़ी, सिलीगुड़ी. कॉन्टैक्ट 9734040011.
सिलीगुड़ी में घर की तलाश है? ऐसा घर ढूंढना बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है जो न केवल हमारी उम्मीदों को पूरा करे बल्कि बजट में भी हो. सिलीगुड़ी और उसके आसपास बंगलो, फ्लैट या घर लेने की सोच रहे हैं तो हमें अपनी आवश्यकता के बारे में बताएं. हम आपको आपकी आवश्यकता और बजट के अनुसार घर ढूंढने में आपकी मदद करते हैं. होम लोन में भी हम आपकी मदद करते हैं. हम किसी भी प्रकार की रियल एस्टेट सेवाओं के लिए उपलब्ध हैं. संपर्क करें न्यू एज रियल्टर 8760 830 848 58.
महावीर इलेक्ट्रिकल्स 50 से अधिक वर्षों के अनुभव और सद्भावना के साथ सिलीगुड़ी का लीडिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल्स की दुकान, जहां हेवल्स गोल्ड मेडल, आरआर कैबल्स, क्रेबट्री, लेग्रैंड, बजाज और कई अन्य कंपनियों के डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स और होलसेल व्यापारी हैं। ग्राहकों की संतुष्टि, शीघ्र सेवा, कम्पेटिटिव प्राइसिंग, क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट्स और सर्वोत्तम गुणवत्ता वाले उत्पाद हमारी कंपनी की मुख्य खासियत हैं। अधिक जानने के लिए हमें अभी कॉल करें। महावीर इलेक्ट्रिकल्स, सेवक रोड, सिलीगुड़ी 9932018834।
भिडियोग्राफी होइन, सिनेमाटोग्राफी, फोटोग्राफी होइन, फुल फ्रेम फोटोग्राफी। समय अनुसारको अत्याधुनिक टेक्नोलोजीले पहाडका विभिन्न जाति जनजातिको बिहे बटुल या कुनै समारोह इत्यादिको कभरेज गर्नको लागि हामीसँग छ एक्सपर्ट टिम। सम्पर्क गर्नुहोस् सोमानी डिजिभिजन एन्ड प्रोडक्सन, रामकृष्ण रोड, आश्रमपाडा, सिलिगुडी। फोन नम्बर 9434023813।
के तपाईले सिलिगुडीमा घर लिने सोचिरहनु भएको छ? याद राख्नुहोस्, घर राम्रो बनेको होस्, छिमेकी पनि राम्रो होस् अनि स्थान पनि सही होस्। चम्पासरी स्थित मनकामना 7 यी सबै कुराहरूलाई ध्यानमा राखेर बनाएको छ। यहाँ 30 देखि 45 लाख भित्रमा 2 BHK देखि 3.5 BHK सम्म फ्ल्याट पाउन सक्नुहुनेछ। ल्यान्डस्केप एम्युनिटिजका साथमा रोपटप एम्युनिटिज र स्काई वकको सुविधा पनि रहनेछ। चाँडो गर्नुहोस्, 15 अप्रिलदेखि यसको मूल्य वृद्धि हुनेछ। मनकामना 7, सम्पर्क नम्बर 9593517500, चम्पासरी, सिलिगुडी।